I just wanted to take the time to discuss classroom management strategies. It's a concern for many people in the English teaching profession, but in really all teaching professions, it's always a problem for some teachers to find ways of increasing productivity while curbing disruptive behavior. Many teachers here in Korea and in other parts of the world have tried many different things, and some of these things may be effective for you, and if they are, good. I'm glad that this helps. So anyway, one strategy that teachers use here is the point system, whereby you can put points on the board to indicate your displeasure with the student's behavior. And if the students accrue a certain amount of points, they either have to stay after class, or they don't get a game, or they get some sort of kind of penalty for not being able to continue with the lecture because they're doing something disruptive. Another strategy that teachers have used is to use a timer, and when the students are rowdy or they're talking over you, to stop the timer, and for as long as the timer is stopped, that is the amount of time that the students will stay after class. This actually works really well in my middle school classes. I've tried this before, and it does kind of harshly tell the students that the disruptive behavior cannot continue. I sometimes don't get many friends from this kind of behavior control, but at the same time, it allows me to carry on with my job, which is to teach English here in Korea. So it is a strategy I've used. It isn't for everybody, and I'm not quite sure it is for me too, 100%, but I have used it. And it's something you could use as well. Another activity or another way of managing the behavior of your students is to give points for doing good things. So if the students are following your behavior and following the lessons and doing really good work, you can put points on the board, and however many points they get, that leads to a popcorn party, or it leads to candy, or it leads to break time where students can just talk to each other. So that is another way of using the point systems, albeit with a more positive twist. I tend to like using the more positive twist better than the negative twist, because students will think more positively of you than if they are thinking that the points are geared toward punishing them, in which case they'll become increasingly more resentful. So that is definitely another strategy I've used. I don't really need to use many behavior management techniques for high school students unless the class is over 25, in which case sometimes I will have to just stand in silence until the rowdiness subsides, and then I can continue my lesson. Or sometimes I will give worksheets instead of allowing the students to converse with me, which kind of tips students off to the fact that I'm not happy with their behavior, and that usually gets them to correct it. So there are many activities, and I'm only giving you just a little bit because it's so hard to consume so much in one sitting. So just stay tuned. I'll have other episodes for you in the future about curbing students' behavior and trying to increase productivity in your classes. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Teaching Without Technologies. Bye for now.